How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to do a 500 miles review on the Precision Auto Fuel Injector. I recently installed these fuel injectors onto my 93 Toyota pickup SR5 V6 3.0 5 days ago. So we're going to throw some numbers and give you guys my final review on it. Well, not a final review, but my first impression 500 miles on it. Let's talk about the truck. The truck is a 93 Toyota pickup XCAT SR5 V6 3.0 completely stock with the EGR delete. It has 33-inch by 10.5 tires, 456 gearing, manual transmission. Now let's talk about some numbers. The fuel injectors were installed 5 days ago, and it had 234,737 miles. As of today, it has 235,183. So it has 400. So right now I have 446 miles on the fuel injectors. So this is my first impression. When I first installed them, I noticed right away that I did have a little bit low end torque. I noticed that during first, second, third gear, it loved high RPM. The other thing I noticed is that it got horrible gas mileage. I got super horrible gas mileage on the first tank. We'll talk about that in a bit. The other thing I noticed was that during the morning, during cold start, it was starting and it sounded really weird. It sounded like it was bogging. It was boop, 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 boop. I'll throw up a video so you guys can see what I mean. So it still does that during cold start. So since we have single digits now at nighttime, I have also went ahead and plugged in my block heater at night, and that really helps out. So now when I start in the morning, it starts faster and it doesn't really make that noise anymore, or the crazy idle that I showed you guys earlier. So I'm not sure if that was the fuel injection or just the engine being cold in general. So let's talk about gas mileage. The first tank I did was horrible, super horrible. First tank, and this isn't a full tank, this is like maybe almost to the half tank. So the first tank, my first fill up, I got 89 miles out of 13 gallons. That's 6.8 miles per gallon. Keep in mind that that was the first tank, and I also did let my truck idle overnight for about 4 hours, just idling. I was hoping that was gonna help the ECU just kind of remap itself. So a little bit of that was on idle. Even still, it got 6.8 miles per gallon at 13 gallons. My second fill up was an actual test run. So this test run, I actually woke up at around 5 a.m. and I just drove up north on the highway, and I put my truck on cruise control at 65 miles per hour, and I got 94 miles out of 5.22 gallons. That comes out to 17.9 miles per gallon. So at highway, I was able to get 18 miles per gallon at cruise control, 65 miles an hour. That's good, that's what I want. My next fill up I did was I got 129.8 miles, basically 130 miles, and it ate 12.35 gallons. That comes out to 10.5 miles per gallon. So that's pretty bad. That was a mix of highway and city. And also between that fill up, I also have half of that fill up. I've also went ahead and removed about 200 pounds of sandbags in the back of my truck. So I removed that out of the way, and I also installed my new truck rear bumper. So the weight did kind of help a little bit, I would say. But 10.5 miles per gallon, city and highway is pretty bad. I should be getting around 12 to 13 at the most. My next one I did was all highway. I got 81.2 miles out of 5.269 gallons of gas. That comes out to 15 miles per gallon. That's reasonable. That's definitely reasonable. So out of my first 500 miles experience, the gas mileage is still pretty standard. I haven't seen anything too much of an improvement, especially in the city. As far as highway, if I'm doing highway cruise control, 17 miles, 17, 18 miles per gallon, that is really reasonable and acceptable to my standards. As far as performance, I didn't really notice anything. I mean, it ran the way it ran before. The biggest thing is that there's no leak right now. So if you guys remember, the reason why I changed all my fuel injector because one of them was leaking. So instead of rebuilding them, I just decided to just buy these and give them a shot. All in all, is it worth it? Yeah, it's definitely worth it if you're gonna rebuild your fuel injectors, or if you don't want to rebuild your fuel injectors and you want to buy new ones anyways. It's totally worth it because when you do the math. I paid like $130-ish for it, so you do the math for 6 of them, they still come out to about $25 to $20 a piece. So it's not that bad. If you were to send your old ones and get them rebuilt, usually they charge anywhere from 12 to 15 bucks anyways, so it all depends. So I'm still gonna keep testing them. I'm still gonna keep track of all my gas receipt and see what kind of gas mileage I'm still gonna get, because right now it's doing pretty bad for the city and we don't have any snow yet. And once we get some snow, I might start using 4-wheel drive, and it's gonna cost more gas eating. And also once the snow starts to arrive, I'm also gonna start lowering my tire pressure to about 30 psi and such like that, because right now I'm running about 40 psi because we don't have any snow right now and we're still on the highway, concrete pavement, stuff like that. That is my 500-mile update on the Precision Auto fuel injectors for the Toyota 3.0. If you guys got any questions, leave in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to follow Instagram at NuttyNu_4x4. Peace out.